Somebody say Elijah Muhammad didn't take action in anything. Now this might be by far the poorest, most ignorant, uneducated, unenlightened, right, comment on my platform thus far. And it shows me how intellectually broke you are, right? Because you have not made any deposits of knowledge on this subject in which you speak. And this is what we definitely call poor communication skills. This is intellectual brokenness, intellectual poverty, right? Your intellectual bank account is negative right now, which is affecting your emotional mood, and you need to restabilize by going to read a book. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the one who had the most successful run out of all black leaders of all time. Today's time, the economy in which he built and scaled would be worth $500 million. And that's because of where it stopped then. If it would have continued to grow, it'd be worth multiple billions. He actually did all the things that he said he was going to do. All the things. And you can't show me not a person close to doing what he said he was going to do. If you think you can, and I know you probably think you can, but you ain't really did the knowledge like I've done the knowledge. I know you think that can't be right, but it is. They was trying to buy airplanes from America, but they already had import and export, had their own airplane. They had their own banks. Oh, you ain't know that. They had their own aviation school. Oh, you ain't know that. They had 36 universities around the country. Oh, you ain't know that. They had a spiritual temple set up in every major city in America. Oh, you ain't know that. They had barbershops. They had bakeries, right? They had snack shops, right? They had multiple institutions set up. All the things that we say we want from a leader, all the things that we say we should have as a nation. They had poultry, they had distribution, right? Of that, they had meat cutting centers. They had all of it. All of it. Somebody said he was a regurgitator. Who did he regurgitate? The poor communication skills that you have established is in extreme distress. Somebody needs to help you out. Somebody needs to send you a cash app of knowledge. Because you're not speaking from an actual place of what you know. You're speaking from what you feel. Honorable Elijah Muhammad did his thing. And he was the most impactful from his teachings and laid out the most concise books of knowledge. Look at peace, love. Say love robbed us blind and deaf. See, that's another fool. Every black person in America benefited from the existence and the legacy of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that came after him. All our fathers, our mothers, there wouldn't have been no Million Man March. There wouldn't have been no Malcolm X's, right? Even the Black Panthers got their program from the FOI. Right after World War II and after the Japanese lost, black people needed somewhere to go, and they came into the Nation of Islam because they needed a doctrine and they needed a belief system that was based on uplifting them. Wouldn't have been no Muhammad Ali. Uh-huh. Even the Sunni and the Shiite Muslims and the Arab Muslims today, there wouldn't have been no Wharf Deen that separated and pushed that and established that. That wouldn't have existed. Hip hop wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Because there wouldn't have been no 5%ers. You wouldn't be walking around saying no peace, God. Stop it. I don't know how deep this thing goes. Black people are respected around the world because of that. You can say cap, but you can't present evidence of the contrary. You couldn't present evidence of the contrary. Without that man's existence, the whole world changes. The whole world changes. Now tell me, somebody else who made it to his point of success. There is none. It's not close. He had a nation within a nation. In his book of knowledge that he left behind, from the message to the black man, to our Savior has arrived, Dr. Sebi was an FOI. He said at the table with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave him the knowledge and said he was the only one that cared about the eating habits of the poor in Black America. Y'all don't know your history. If you knew your history and you did your knowledge, then you have more respect for those who came before you. And we'd be further. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to pick up small pieces of legacy of things that you were inspired and heard by, but there's no roadmap. But he left a roadmap and an economic plan. Nobody said he wasn't the only one. Who said he was the only one? See, y'all gotta learn how to listen. Nobody said he was the only one. You had Noble Drew Ali, you had Marcus Garvey, right? You had plenty of black gods that came in. I'm talking about his extensive impact after them and the success that he had and still is having. Yeah, you can't erase history. We don't want to erase history. Noble Drew Ali said, man, if I can just get you to thinking, you could but save yourself. Marcus Garvey, he gave us the STEAM program. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. He had the Black Star line. It's the reason that Ghana has that Black Star in their flag today. He was so influential, spreading that entrepreneurship, right? He's the reason that there is this vast nationalism between Pan-Africanism, rather, between blacks and Africans. Ghana wouldn't be the Ghana that it is today if it wasn't for Marcus Garvey. He know this. Said we refuse to follow a black man. Then first of all, there was no name of Jesus. Jesus is the new version of it. We already got our Jesus. Y'all wouldn't follow Jesus if he came back today. Stop it. If Jesus came back today, would you follow him? And I ain't even gonna get off my subject because I gotta go. But y'all done got me into my bag a little bit. But I'm actually about to go and go teach. All right. And no disrespect to anybody that then came after or around, but none had the impact. You can't, y'all say y'all will follow Jesus, but if a black man came back today and was trying to get y'all to move righteous and stop listening to the food and the music you listen to, stop lying, stop stealing, stop cheating, stop doing all those things, and he gave you a list of rules and regulations in order to be a spiritually divine human being, man, you wouldn't listen to a Jesus today? Stop it. Y'all act like y'all would, but y'all wouldn't. It ain't real. Because if you said you would, then why don't you do it now? And who could come out and how would they prove that they would be Jesus? How would they have to prove it? Because he shouldn't have to show you walking on water. He should be able to just speak the word and you listen. But today you don't do it. You say you love Malcolm X, but if Malcolm X told y'all to give up them white girls in that pork, you wouldn't do it because you ain't doing it now. So all I'm saying is, it sound good. It sound good, but I don't think most of us actually ready for that. I'm just saying, it sounds crazy that you waiting on a black man to show up to tell you the right thing to do. That's what you saying when you say you waiting on the return of Jesus Christ. I'm waiting on this black brother to come in and lay down the law, and I'm gonna listen when he do. See, this is why they couldn't make the picture a black man, because you like, ain't no way. We waiting on the black man to come back and tell us what to do. Well, how many black men have came and told us what to do? I don't need to go on no panel with no Israelites. Shout out to them brothers. I'm not here to argue with nobody. If what you think you know is right, then live it and show proof. I'm not here to debate nobody because this idea that we need to debate to prove something, I ain't got shit to prove. Because at the end of the day, we ain't gonna have no power, but we gonna feel like we right. And then we debate and make each other enemies because somebody gotta lose. Why? So we can prove an ego out? What do we get after that? Do we get a quantum computer to reshape reality? Do we get more influence and force on this earth? Do we get a country of our own? You know what I'm saying? Do we reestablish our family dynamic and respect within our household? Do we take control of our industries that we give the most energy to? Do we produce the things that we consume? Is that the what's the grand prize of it all? Because all I see is niggas trying to be better than other niggas. And just because we got intellect don't mean not intellectual niggas. So the idea to me is Christ consciousness. You can't tell me you looking for Jesus. Go listen to Minister Farrakhan. You can't tell me that he ain't telling you everything that Jesus will tell you. Do you want to listen is the question. Are you even ready? Ain't ready. So, we try to get us economically right because we believe that if we can be financially comfortable, then we can get past and we can afford to have those kind of discussions. But we are not in a financial and economic position to be making enemies of each other through intellectual debates that don't move us forward unless they were set up in a way to where we say, well, who wins, then we will follow them. But people are not changing what they believe because somebody loses. They still going to do the same thing. And then you can be easily swayed in this direction or that direction. I would rather you just follow what you believe to a T because that would make you a good enough person for me to build with. If you really follow what you believe, same thing with me and all of us. If we followed what we believe to a T, we all be good and getting along with each other. So what's the point of trying to argue about what's right? If you believe that you have what's right, just follow it to a T. Well, I promise you it's gonna be a much better world after that. Because you're gonna find it very, very hard for you to go to war with your brother when it tells you to get along with your neighbor and treat people how you want to be treated and follow the golden rule. It's going to have very hard when it tells you to live out a certain life and a righteous life and to be a divine man and woman. It's going to be very hard when you live within that cosmic order of existence, whether you consider yourself to be Israelite, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, whether you follow the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, the Bible, right? The Torah. It's going to be very hard if you actually follow what you believe to a T. We all be getting along then. Problem is, we so busy trying to prove that what we believe and follow is right instead of actually being right and becoming an example of that which we follow. So, nah, it's a waste of time. You say Malcolmites and grave sites. You mean Garveyites, brother? Come on, man. You gotta get on out of here for that kind of stuff. You messing up. You talking about Malcolmites and grave sites. What's a Malcolmite? That's not even a thing, brother. He's just making up stuff. His brother said Malcolmites and grave sites. It's Garveyites. Come on, man. That's disrespectful. This poor communication, man, is crazy. That boy said Malcolm. That sounds like a termite, man. It sounds like a new species of bug that get into your bed or something, man. I don't want no Malcolmites. Nah. Bro, I got that Malcolmites going on over there. Boy, y'all be so quick to try to talk crazy and end up sounding crazy, man. Malcolmites. Keep them away from me, man. First of all, if there's somebody who follows Malcolm, they'll just be a Muslim. So, y'all, you try to make up this Malcolmite stuff because you will really just have to say you're a Muslim. You mean Muslims? Because he told people to follow Islam. That's what Malcolm X did. So I'm confused on how people come to these logic that they come to. It was never about follow the man. You know what I'm saying? Follow the message. You follow the man, you will always come up short, right? You follow the message, you'll be led to a state of consistent striving to be better and better and better, right? That's the goal. That's the focus. Don't follow the man, follow the message, right? As men with flesh, we're gonna always do something wrong. We're gonna always be flawed. We never gonna be perfect, and none of those things. Don't mean you can't have a perfect message, right? Because it's easy to show up in God's image. It's hard to show up in God's likeness. Say that again. It's easy to show up in God's image. It's hard to show up in God's likeness. That ain't in the mirror. That ain't in our looks and clothes and jewelry and how other people look at us on the outside. That's based on who we are and our character development. So yeah, peace to the gods.